'Cause I know we can make it. Yes, we can make it if we try. Keep on trying.
Hey beautiful, welcome in to Dr. Sarah's Café. This is your Tuesday tarot reading where I unpack the flavor of the week. This week the flavor of the week was Proud Inner Child, so I'll be sure to link to the weekly refill video where I talk about the astrology and tarot and oracle cards and intuition and poetry that came together as special ingredients to make that flavor. Today I'm going to do a full collective tarot reading. This is a general collective tarot reading, so not everything is going to resonate, so take what does and leave what doesn't. It's for all zodiac signs, for anyone who's drawn to this video. And it's also timeless. So whenever you watch, if the message is resonating, then it's meant for you at that time, okay? I am using the Golden Black Cat Tarot deck this week. And I've already shuffled the cards a little bit, but I'll do it a few more times while I'm here with you and your energies. And I'm just going to see what cards fall out, what additional tarot message wants to come through to help us understand the theme or the flavor of proud inner child, making your inner child proud. The things that make past versions of yourself really happy and proud, right? Here we go. We have the Tower that wants to fall out, as well as the Star. This is perfect because these energies are back to back in the tarot deck, so there's progress. First comes the Tower, then comes the Star. The Tower is the destruction, the chaos, the shocking revelations, the being disabused of your illusions. And then the Star is the hope, the healing, the recovery period. So some of you have undergone some massive changes, some awakening, some epiphanies. Your life has been drastically shifted or upended in some way, or some part of your life might have undergone a massive deconstruction or a massive shock change, a sudden ending, a sudden new beginning. Someone comes in all of a sudden and it's sort of this whirlwind change. And that could also be happening internally, where you're just having these epiphanies and these revelations about how your life just can't continue going on in the same way, right? So once the Tower hits, it's the reality that you can't continue down this path. You just can't maintain the status quo, right? But to have the Star come out with the Tower is perfect because that is the natural sequence of things. There is the storm and then there is the rainbow after the storm. The Star is the rainbow. It is that hope, that healing, that forward momentum. Now the Tower and the Star are also related to Aquarius energy. The Star is Aquarius in tarot, and the Tower is Uranus in tarot. It is that shock, that surprise. And so Uranus is the modern ruler of Aquarius. So you might have Aquarius placements that are significant. You want to look at your own birth chart. Even if you are not an Aquarius sun sign, or even if your birthday is not in Aquarius season, there could be something going on in Aquarius. We have Pluto moving into Aquarius this month. I believe it's this month. And so that is going to impact everyone, all the collective, right, for the next 2 decades. And yeah, it's going to create a lot of transformation. So Pluto doing its final excavation in Capricorn, I'll link to that video as well. And then moving into Aquarius might create Tower moments for a lot of people. It just might create Tower moments for the collective, for the society as well. Okay. I may clarify, but I want to keep going. Let's see what else we have for the flavor of proud inner child. We do have the 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this is an ending. This is the release of a burden. So it's almost like you had been taking on a burden, carrying a burden, doing more than you needed to, doing too much, doing the most. And this Tower comes and it might be shocking. It might be disruptive at first, but ultimately it frees you. It frees you up. It relieves you of something that was not productive, that was not helpful for you. And so you are able to move into this Star energy where you have a clearer view of the future. And I'm almost getting to this Tower and the Star. It's like whatever has been deconstructed or removed or shaken free from your life, it's like it removes a wall that was blocking your foresight and your vision into the future. So there was something in your life that was preventing you from seeing all that was possible going forward. It's preventing you from having that optimism and that hope. Like there was something almost like a mirage or an illusion on the road ahead of you, and then that illusion disappears and you're able to see the actual road and where it's headed, the destination that it leads to. Okay, kind of a esoteric example, but hopefully it resonates with a few of you. Okay, what else do we have for the flavor of the week in this proud inner child energy? What more messages want to come through for the collective of lovely souls who are watching? Okay, we have the Three of Wands. I like this a lot. The Three of Wands. We have the sun there on the horizon. So this is every reason to be hopeful and optimistic. The Three of Wands is a very optimistic card, and it speaks to future growth and future potential. There's a relatively new or recent understanding or endeavor, and the Three of Wands says you might get signs, you might get feedback. You're getting some initial feedback that you're on the right track, right? And it's like what I was saying about the road ahead being revealed to you, and you're able to see further now that this tower moment has hit. It's like whatever was blocking your future vision is now gone. And with this Three of Wands, you have a more expansive vision. You have the ability to see the distant horizons that you're headed towards. And the Three of Wands is also your ships coming in card as well. So on the seas, they aren't here yet, but once the fog clears, you're able to see that they are indeed on their way. They are coming. And so you have a lot of faith, hope, and optimism on the board here with the star and the Three of Wands. Now, the Three of Wands is also a card of needing to expand your horizons. You making the effort to expand your horizons. So trying something new, maybe traveling a little bit, trying something outside of your normal routine, allowing yourself to meet new people or talk to people that you wouldn't have otherwise considered consulting, or doing something a little different, like stretching outside of your comfort zone as well. So you are being called to not just sit and wait for this new future, this new destiny that you're on, but how can you step forward and step beyond your comfort zone, step beyond the realm of the status quo and what you've already been doing in order to bring in something new. Yeah, in order to bring in something new. The Three of Wands asks that you look further afield than you otherwise might have done. We do have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, so this could be travel for some of you. Some of you might actually have to change your environment, even if it's just for a weekend, maybe taking a day to work in a different location, working outside of the office for a day. For others of you, it could be a more long-term change of environment or a more permanent change of environment. But there's a lot of change. You have the Tower is pretty significant, but you have the Star, the Three of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune, which are like very optimistic cards, very optimistic in terms of what's to come. Although I will say the Wheel of Fortune does require that you meet opportunity, that you meet fate, right? They say luck is when preparation meets opportunity. That's the Wheel of Fortune, right? So sometimes things just fall into our lap, but we still have to be capable of grasping it and willing to grasp it. All right, I'm going to get one more before I clarify a little bit. What more do we have for this proud inner child energy? What additional messages do you have that can help the collective of lovely souls watching understand and unpack the flavor of the week of making our inner child proud? This deck is really heavy, but it's beautiful. I think it matches, Anything else? There's definitely more here. Okay. Now we have some Gemini energy on the board. The Nine of Swords. It fell out sideways. So this could be currently shifting out of your energy. You might have some lingering anxiety, some lingering worry, concern, but the way it fell sideways on the table makes me think, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune still at the bottom as well. Makes me think that this is currently working its way out of your life, out of your energy for now, and this as it pertains to the situation. So there could be lingering impact, lingering collateral damage from this tower that you're concerned about, maybe worried about, maybe anxiety about not having all the answers, about being in that transitional space where things from the past have been destroyed and dismantled, but what's to come hasn't been fully built yet, right? So it's like you've sold your old house, but you haven't been able to move into your new house yet, right? So it's this tower moment has sort of left you in a liminal space. And even though you have the Star and the Three of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, so you're optimistic about what's to come, it still hasn't fully arrived yet. And so you might be in a space of this Nine of Swords energy where you're just still not fully surrendering to the process, still, wishing that you can control more of the process. But the Nine of Swords is often just worry. Rarely is the Nine of Swords like justified worry or concern or anxiety. It really is just you being in your head, right? And it's Mars and Gemini. So it kind of is this antagonistic thinking pattern or this habit of antagonistic thinking that you have. And you might be wishing that things could have been differently or like gone differently. What's coming through now is that some of you wish that you didn't have to learn the lessons the way that you did. Or like you might be beating yourself up about the way that you had to learn this lesson. Or you might be wishing, why didn't I see it sooner? Why didn't I make this change sooner? Like things could have been so different if I had made different choices. And so there's just a need to like release this and let this go. I want one more. I thought this was going to be my last one, but I feel like that doesn't feel like it's the end of the message. So let's get one more. Maybe that will be a more complete message. What more do you have to tell us here? Anything else? Proud inner child for the week. There we go. That's what we want to see. You have Judgment at the bottom of the deck. So this speaks to the inner child piece, the past. The past is always present. I get that with Judgment energy. So the past, it could be through memory. It could be through people from your past that are coming back into your world at this time, or situations. The past is definitely revisiting you here. And with the Judgment card, it has a message for you. There is something of value that you can glean from that past here. Now the cards that fell out, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Nine of Cups. So I'm glad I did one more because these are stunning cards, amazing cards. The Nine of Cups is wish come true. So the 9 and the star are often wish fulfillment cards. Wish fulfillment, emotional contentment. When you wish upon a star, the 9 of Cups is also a wish card coming true. And what's really coming through is that it's a wish that you've had for a long time. It's like the younger version of yourself, the child version of yourself had a wish for your life, had a wish for you. And you're able to fulfill that wish soon, or like you're in the process, you're on the journey of fulfilling that wish. The Queen of Cups is the person who's able to live from a heart-centered place and be emotionally intelligent and emotionally aware. What's also coming through with the Queen of Cups is reparenting yourself, specifically remothering yourself. So nurturing that inner child and being affectionate and loving towards the inner child within you. And then the Ace of Cups is the love, the new love, the renewed sense of love, like your heart being reinvigorated. Okay? Your heart is being restored and renewed in this process, and you're able to tap back into that childlike feeling of love and emotional sensitivity. And for those of you, even if your childhood was not one where you had that, you still had the capacity for it. So even if your environment was such that you couldn't open your heart for fear of hurt or neglect or abandonment, etc., it was the desire to be able to do that that is returning now and is giving you. So some of this Nine of Swords anxiety is also about the process of opening your heart. What's also clear now is that there's a little bit of fear about getting to a space where you live from a more heart-centered, heart-open, heart-first approach to your life and following your bliss, right? It's almost like what is going to be your compass on this journey ahead is that childlike sense of joy and play and wonder and love. And what do you love? Like, what makes you feel like a child again? Who makes you feel like a child again? Who, what, where makes you feel like a kid again and allows you to just smile for seemingly no reason and laugh, a full-bellied laugh. And that is a vulnerable energy to be in. As beautiful and blissful as that energy is, it's also a vulnerable energy. So some of this anxiety could also be coming from your fear of opening your heart again, your fear of being emotionally vulnerable enough to experience joy and pleasure and love again. Okay. Do I want to clarify anything? I do want to clarify the Tower to see what that was, what that inciting catalyst was. I want to clarify the Three of Wands and the Nine of Swords. I think the closing energy with this Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, and Queen of Cups is pretty clear. Using the Frida Kahlo deck, my favorite clarifying deck. Please tell me more about the Tower. What was this Tower incident in the recent past? That Ten of Wands and King of Wands. Ooh, Ten of Wands and King of Wands. So we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands with the Magician at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, it was like there was a block in your masculine active principle. Some of you could have been exerting too much energy in the wrong direction, is what's coming through with that. It's like you were putting forth a lot of energy into unproductive things, unproductive relationships. You had a lot of force within you. You had a lot of confidence, but it was like going in the wrong direction with that confidence, with that action, with that activity. And then for others of you, you were taking on too much and, as I mentioned, doing too much. So this Tower could have been something related to, I don't want to say, it could have been health for some of you, like having taken on too much and you kind of burn out in a sense with this Ten of Wands, and you lose your vitality and your motivation to act. The King of Wands is very passionate. So if you were exerting a lot of energy and time and effort into something that was not the best use of your skill and your energy and your momentum, then this Tower energy came and stopped that in its tracks and was like, skirt. Okay, let's look at the Three of Wands. What additional insights can we get for the the Magician was at the bottom of the deck and then just fell out with the Three of Wands. This is very, very exciting. So some of you, because it was at the bottom of the deck with this King of Wands, Ten of Wands, that's where I was getting, you were using your skill, you were doing well, just not for the right reasons, right? Like you were using your talents and your gifts towards an effort that wasn't aligned with the best of your destiny, like with the best of who you are. So it's like using your talents and gifts in the wrong career, or using your love and your affection and your, magic as a partner in the wrong relationship, or building a house, putting your time, money, and resources to build a house in the wrong city or the wrong neighborhood, right? So there was something about you being great and doing great, and it just not being funneled into the right project or the right person or the right location. So now the Magician and this Three of Wands is like you see the full scope of your magic because it's now being directed on the right path, on the right course. And for some of you, you started to doubt yourself because something wasn't working out. And you were like, well, maybe it's me. Maybe I don't have the skill. Maybe I'm not showing up in partnership the right way. Maybe, God just doesn't want me to have my own house. But really, it wasn't you. It was the vessel. The container was the wrong one. And so your talents, your skills, everything that you were pouring into it was wasted because the container that you were pouring into was not the right container. So I hope that analogy and metaphor is clear. So now with the Magician and the Three of Wands, it's like your magic is able to take off and grow and expand because it's being poured to the right things. It's being directed to the right people, places, initiative, projects. And so you'll see better results. You'll see better outcomes of your skills, talents, affection, energy, and attention, because now it's the right person. Now it's the right job or career. Now it's the right location or city. Now it's the right project, etc. So that's really exciting. And for those of you where this is career, the Magician with the Three of Wands is saying that you're going to see like greater popularity, greater success, like you're going to see an expansion and sort of a flourishing of like the outcomes. So whether it's like a larger audience or more money or like more land or property, like whatever you're working on. And I don't know your life like that. So you'll have to discern like how and if this message is hitting. Let's look at this Nine of Swords. And I'm hoping we get clarification on how you can mitigate and quench this anxiety that might be coming through about the new and how exciting it is, but that excitement also makes you nervous. That's what I feel that Nine of Swords is. What more can you tell us about the Nine of Swords? Five of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. So for some of you, this is worthiness. Some of you have this anxiety because you doubt your worthiness, or you doubt if you are going to ever get the good thing, right? You're like, why don't I ever win? So it's the wounding. It could be the childhood wounding. Maybe in childhood, you were told that you aren't good enough, or you had experiences that made you believe life would not be kind to you. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. That makes total sense. So the answer for any anxiety or stress, fears that come up is to exercise self-care, to rest, to take the bath, take the soothing bath, get the massage, talk to your therapist, talk to the friend that always, whose voice is just very soothing and calming, and they always have, kind words for you. Allow yourself to cry, but also like put on your favorite movie, put on your favorite music, and make yourself your favorite meal or order in your favorite meal, and just self-soothe with this Queen of Pentacles. Exercise. Oh, take care of exercise. It's funny that I was going to say exercise your like self-care practices, but for some of you that could actually be physical exercise, like literal exercise of your body to move some of that anxious energy through and out your muscles, sweat it out, and also like eat well, right? So some of your struggle, you'd be surprised how different you feel when you get a good night's sleep, or how different you feel when you eat some fresh fruits throughout the day, or drink more water throughout the day, okay? So just exercising like your baseline self-care sometimes can alleviate like the mental burden or stress that you have, because you're going to need to be well to meet this beauty, to meet this luck and this fortune and this love and this joy in your life, right? So it's like prepare your body and your mind for the good things that are to come. All right, my dears, that is what I have for you this week. Be sure to watch the weekly refill if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
I know we can